To historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 24 is down, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the gun, here's Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 33.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
First down, Texans. Let's go. Check three. Kill.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check three. Under 10. Line up.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. 13th play now on the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Forced out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20. 10, 5, and they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Texans' 8-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 2nd down and goal. Jackson, and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. From the 15 now after the sack. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A gain there of 21 yards. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. To throw again on second down. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second down, it's Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Watson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Let's go, let's do it.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. DeAndre Carter's deep for the Texans. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. From the 50, it's Watson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. He's going to look deep, end zone for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 16.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the 1st half, and that's the first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
41's the mark. 41's the mark. Check 41. All day.
Watson now to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They come out here in the eye. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Jackson on first down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
"15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Watson on first down. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 2nd and 5 now. Watson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and goal from the 1. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Come on, QB, come on. 40,
now Jackson going to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
All day.
At the 46-yard line.
Reset. 19. Check 48. The mark. You don't want nothing. Give me it. Pick up the ball. And
Watson now going to run the option right. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Patrick Owasor just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Let's go. Do you tighten up? Do you tighten up?
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. Caught left side Hopkins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Watson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Watson now from the gun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 83 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Tucker now for the extra point. has got it to make this a 21-17 game.
It's the score, Texans 21, Ravens 17.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's Gordon. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on first down. Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And Watson's going to throw it here. Going up top. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Here's Jackson. And he can't get a throw he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw. And he's got Snead. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 23 yards, the final tally.
Complete to Mark Andrews. 1st and goal at the
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Steps away to his, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 24 all. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
55 to Mike. Come, please.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check, check. Check. Over. Put it two. Check. Over. Zip it. I got you. Orbit. Mike 41. Mike 41. Come on, baby.
Jackson from the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Ravens, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our